Hey everyone, welcome back to the Forexation YouTube channel. Today is October 25th, and I was trading on my laptop because I was not here, so I didn't get to record. My laptop's I don't think good enough. It gets too hot, so I don't want to put it through that test of trying to record for an hour, right? Anyways, got some winning trades. We're back green on the week. I'm not gonna trade the PM session, and we're just gonna ride these profits going into next week, and just again, if we could just keep stacking green after green, like we're gonna make money. It doesn't matter how much. The goal is to not be in the red, and then whatever comes after that is what we get. So let's break down the trades. Let me turn on I gotta remember how to do this. Execution, there we go. All right. So today was kind of wild, and the second trade maybe I shouldn't have taken because we were at the pivot point, but I did see that we were consolidating at the pivot point and then popped through it, which I was able to catch this pop right here, even though that was the end of the trend and we started going down. So let's go. So 15-minute opening range. I'm getting to the charts about here. And if we go down to the 1 minute, remember, I'm looking at the 1 minute over here on the Tradeovate charts. So over there, I see that this was actually a nice consolidation, really tight, good bull flag right there. And when we popped out and had that one little pullback above this high, I was able to take it and run up. So got in. I wish it showed me. Actually, I think it does. Let me see. Got in at 5,888 and 50 cents. So right here, right on that, the high right there. And I actually believe I bought this candle. So it pulled back immediately on me. I was like, are you kidding me? I timed the top, but it didn't. And then pulled back again, still leaving the price is still above this consolidation. So we're still looking good to run up, which it did. Took partials, and then the final take profit up here. So 7 points total for the max, and then scaled out of it on the way up, which is what I'm starting to do now. Just scale out of the position versus partial, because if it never hits halfway and I'm completely wrong, at least I'll get a little partial out here, take some risk off the table, get that stop loss in a tight area where price should respect and trail up that way. Not too aggressive, but enough to keep minimizing risk as the trade goes on and pushes away from our entry. So took that. Beautiful. I believe we were about $100 up. That's usually my limit. If I could cross $100, I shouldn't trade. So that's why this one went down to 2 micros. Really small trade. And again, I knew the high was here, so I wanted to scale out pretty aggressive. So I got half of it off right at the high. And then the last one was up here at the 900s, which was right there. And it only went up 0.75 higher than that. So I pretty much timed the top, got pretty lucky on that one because that indeed was a false break. Just taking liquidity above this wick to pull back down and start running all the way back down to the morning range. So look, it's 10 o'clock my time, 1:07 Eastern. And this is usually when I start to look at the charts again and start getting ready to trade by 1:30 or 10:30 my time. So right now I would be back on the 15 for a first glance and see that, well, we're in this fair value gap, so maybe that's something we could watch. Does price hold in here, or is this one going to break below it and break below this pivot point? So might be something to watch. Label this 15-minute opening range block. All right, so we have these areas, and I would be saying, okay, well, if we're going to break below these two, the fair value gap and this pivot point, we'll probably take some shorts where, I don't know, we have this inverse fair value gap right here, kind of extends down to here, which provided that chop range right here. So maybe we come back down into this area and settle down here if we're going to run off. Or maybe what I think is going to happen is we might take a run down below the pivot point, below the morning opening range, because some people have stops there. If they're whatever, they just didn't close out in the profits and they still think we could run up higher going into Monday. So maybe it takes out any stops down here, comes back into this area where price chopped around a little bit. And maybe we just settle back in the morning range, giving that New York session kind of a wash, just an up and down. And when you look on the daily chart, we went down, but this daily candle, we just kind of ran up as like a false run out. And if we close like this, no guarantees, because if you look here, we kind of have that similar candle and we do chop around a little bit before dropping. So maybe this is setting up another bear flag or a bull flag to do a push higher. But you got to remember, look at this. We're at the very top. All the way down here, up here. We're at the very top, right? So NQ does have a little more room to push. So that's why I'm saying maybe that is a bull flag and maybe we do push up because NQ wants to take out their all-time highs as well. So just something to keep an eye on. I know this is not our normal review where you see it in live time, but we did have some good trades I did want to break down. And some good news is I was back testing this strategy on the 5-minute chart, just doing the replay trading, and it's working pretty good right now. So I'm excited for that. I'm going to back test it more, maybe see if there's any settings I could tweak. But right now, just a little hint, I only traded 3 days going back as far as the 5-minute goes. So from right here, Monday. I'm only on Wednesday, so I'm down here somewhere. I think I finished Wednesday, so I'm technically on Thursday. We're up 2,800. I don't know. It's saved on my laptop. I'm gonna continue that back testing session this weekend and later today to really test this indicator. I would like to run it all the way through present day pricing. And it's not really, I mean, I could see the market, right? It's hindsight trading, but I'm not putting my guesswork into the trade. There's a strict rule system that I'm following. And if it plays out, I take the trade, even though my gut feelings might say like this one, for example, there was no real setup because we're in the buy trend, but let's just say this flipped red and this line was red above here. I would still take the trade, even though I feel we're in a heavy chop range, so it might sit here longer, which it did. But it would have been a loss, right, in that trade. So I'm just, whatever the indicator is saying with my rules that I'll go over in the future, and you'll be able to get this indicator. But just sticking straight, raw rules. It is or it isn't. Take the trade, scale, risk management, all the same. And we'll see what the outcome is when I test it more. And once I feel like I'm comfortable releasing it to the public, and if it's a really successful indicator, well, we'll see. We'll see what the future brings. But this is what I'm working on, and it's working pretty good. I do have some tweaks I want to do. So look out for that in the future. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click that thumbs up, and a lot more content coming. We're starting to write more on our blog over at theforexation.com. So check that out if you haven't already. Also, we have that 5-day free boot camp. Get in there. Start doing some testing yourself as we walk you through. So have a great weekend or whatever day it is when you're watching this. Peace.